My street is so loud. Jesus. What up, search fam? Sharde here. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Sharde. I am here on this little bit of the internet curating and co-creating a cool ass life. If you are new or you continue to come back but have not already, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you're made aware whenever I post a new video. Be my friend, be in my internet family. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, the things. They're all downstairs. All right. If you did not see me on Tuesday, Happy New Year. We're in this thing. We are halfway through January and Mercury's in micro braids and it's the B2K Pandemonium tour. We're all just trying to make it the best way we know how. In light of that, I wanted to chat with you all for a bit about my wish list for 2022. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, I am a recent graduate of a doctoral program, and so 2021 was really tumultuous for me. The first half of the year was spent trying to get myself finished with school. I was feverishly writing a dissertation and finished and graduated in May, and then in June I was somewhere dead because I was so burnt out. And between June and July, I was also applying for positions and jobs and trying to rest, which didn't happen very well. And so by the second half of 2021, I was really trying to get back on the saddle when it came to creating things. But I found it really hard because, one, I was discouraged by having to put everything in my creative life on hold and putting my business on hold. I had been unemployed for the past year because I lost both of my jobs during the pandemic and was in a situation where I couldn't take on any other type of work if I was going to finish school on time. So like I said, it's been a time. It's been a time to be alive, that is for sure. And it made it hard for me to want to be creative. I tried my best and I did a few things. There were a few things that I was very proud of accomplishing in 2021. I published in 4 magazines, which is a big deal. It is a big deal and I'm super proud of that. I built my first set, which was one of the photo shoots that I got published for with my friend Free. But I didn't do much in my own opinion, and I found it really hard to feel creative. Like, one of the things that I did do that I was very proud of was switching gears with my YouTube channel and trying to start keeping up with that regularly, consistently posting and going towards more photography related content. So I'm very proud of that, and that is what I want to continue in 2022. What I want to do is to be able to provide inspiration for those who are in small spaces and or don't have the budget to do things like get a studio or really expensive lighting or really expensive backdrops and things like that. I want to be able to help you to elevate the sort of pictures that you're able to take within your own home or within the outside, because the outside is free. More often than not, the outside is free. And I'm looking forward to doing more tutorials around posing and just sort of some of the technical things that go along with photography. I'm nerdy about that stuff, so I'm looking forward to sharing more of that, and that is one of my wish list items for 2022, is to provide more creative content regarding photography and things right here on my channel. I'm looking forward to doing more self-portraits, getting back to self-portraiture, but also playing with aesthetics. So you all wouldn't know, but my goal last year was to do a cosplay boudoir theme self-portrait every month. Obviously that did not happen between school and burnout. But I do want to pick back up my self-portraits and to play with not only really constructing cosplays because I've been cosplaying for a couple of years now, and so I'm looking forward to like building my own props and like making my own costumes in a little bit more of a rigorous way. So I'll probably be doing that. Two of the cosplays that I'm very excited about putting together are the Riddler, so Edward Nygma from Batman. I'm going to do that. I'm still working out how I'm going to do it, but that is one thing I want to do. And I'm also putting together a cosplay for Dr. Stein from Soul Eater, which is an anime that I absolutely love. So I'm very excited about sharing with you my process for that, because I love cosplay and I love making cosplay applicable to my niche, which is boudoir. You'll also be getting more posing tutorials because I think it's important to see a variety of posing tutorials, especially from people in larger bodies like myself. As far as aesthetics go, I really want to play with Afro steampunk, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a steampunk with an African American flair. Like, it goes in with the whole Afrofuturist speculative fiction type situation, which is my jam. So I saw a picture of a few Afro steampunk themed photos and I'm like, oh, that is something I definitely want to do. So I am going to do that. I'm going to play with textures and Victorian era portraiture, and as well as doing more fairy themed things for myself, because I've taken photos of fairies and that was very cool. I've done that 2 years in a row now. So now I'm going to try to turn that on myself and see what happens. Y'all pray. So I'm looking forward to just letting my mind go, building more sets, getting more hands-on, like letting my creative juices just go wild, because I spent the last year not being able to do that. And I am very ready to experiment, to take chances and make mistakes and to get messy. If you know where that comes from, put it down in the comment section. The other thing that I'm going to be focusing on in 2022 is sharpening some of my skills. I want to continue to play with light. I am most comfortable shooting with natural light, but I have been doing my best to play with off-camera lighting. And y'all know I love my little RGB light. That's colored light is my jam. So I'm looking to play with that a lot more and get more comfortable with that, because I feel like you can't go wrong having more tools in your toolkit. So I will be doing more shoots where I'm playing with light and trying to get better at lighting and showing y'all my process with that, because it's gonna be a learning moment for everybody. And I'm not afraid to share that with you. I'm not afraid to share when things don't go right, because that's part of the process of doing photography, is that things don't always go right. The other skill that I'm going to be working a lot on is retouching. I have been retouching for about a year now. I've been learning as much as I can, practicing as much as I can, and I want to do more of that, because I have seen my work when I have done what needed to be done with the retouching, and I'm like, oh yes, this is the look that I want. So continuing to develop a process for that I remember, for one, and to continue to get comfortable with, become more dexterous, getting my dexterity up with retouching. I'm excited about doing that more, because retouching is frustrating. It is time consuming and it is frustrating. And so now that I have a little bit more space for that, I will be continuing to work on making my photos look the best that they can. In terms of items for 2022, my wish list is not that long. I don't have a lot of things that I want to accumulate for my kit or anything, because I'm more minimal when it comes to the things that I take with me. And so in terms of gear, it would be nice to have a second camera body, simply because I am doing more commercial work where that is requiring me to do photo and video. So it'd be nice to have like a second Sony camera to be able to just quickly move between lenses. That'd be cool, but it's not a necessity. I will say that I am going to update my 35mm 1.4. That is the lens I use a lot. I use all of my lenses a lot because I only have 3 of them. But I really want to update that one, because the 35 1.4 art from Sigma, I have the old one, that joint is just heavy. And I would love a lighter 35 millimeter setup because it is very versatile for me personally, and I can travel with it. I love being able to just throw one lens on my camera and put it in my bag, and that's what I'm working with, and just keep it pushing. So that is something that I will be definitely getting in 2022. One that I'm not sure that I'm going to get, but I keep going back and forth on, is getting a zoom lens. So either getting the Sony 16-35 f2.8, or maybe the Tamron 17-28, something in that range, especially for when I'm doing sports work, because I don't share much of that, but I do combat sports. I shoot boxers and MMA fighters, kickboxers, things like that from time to time. So the zoom, it would be helpful. I'm not even gonna lie. So gear wise, those would be the two things. If I was really just gonna go all gung-ho and go in, I'd get the A7 IV. But like I said in the video where I talked about that, I don't find it to be a necessity. I can do the things that I need to do with the A7 III, and it's fine. But if I had it, if I get the money, I might spring for it. Other than that, I really just want another RGB light. A lighting source that does colors, that also can be used as a constant light to do my portrait photography with. I kind of prefer constant light because you get what you get, and that's where it is. But also I want to experiment more with colored lighting, which is, to do that I need another colored lighting source other than using gels. I don't really like using gels personally. The last thing that is on my wish list item wise is a fine arts backdrop. There are some really nice hand painted backdrops that I have been really looking at for the past few years. So I think I'm going to get one this year because I want to do more fine art style portraiture. I want to experiment with it and do some really cool things with a nice backdrop. So I will probably be purchasing that in the very near future. I don't know. These are all subject to change. Maybe something really cool is going to come out. We never know. Things come out every year. So the list could change, but as of right now, this is what I got going. It's not much, but it's a modest list. But I think it's solid. What about you? Is there anything that you have on your to-do list or your wish list for 2022, either creatively or item-wise? Put it down in the description box. I really want to know what y'all are thinking about getting. As always, friends, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend about my channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.